There you go.
All right. Hey, this is CJ, Mr. Fitbiz Wiggins, and we're back for another Parcoat podcast show. Committed to greatness from Las Vegas, Nevada. As you can see, I'm in my gym, Body Sport Fitness. You guys out there see all the activity going on back there. And my co-host, Shelly. How's it going, Shelly, over there in Ohio?
Good.
Good, pretty good, yeah. It's hot as heck out here in Vegas today. It is hot, really, really hot. I rode to the gym about a mile and a half today.
You did?
I'm gonna be doing some work. I'm gonna be probably working out here in the next 2 hours or so, training. But today we're gonna have a guest on, Chad, Jack, and Stat Coles. This guy, I've seen his pictures online on Body Space and on Facebook, and he has a really interesting story.
Yeah.
He was on what was that, Shelly?
We Myron?
Yeah, we mine on Body Space. You guys can go check him out on there, but he will be on here in a minute with our other co-host, Kim Norland.
Kimmy Bug.
Yes, writer, fitness model. She does it all. You can Google her if you want to, figure out what she's up to. And she's a trainer out of Madison, Wisconsin. And it's me, you, Shelly, and her that host Committed to Greatness show.
Yep.
Chad will be coming on here in about the next 3 minutes or so.
Yep.
And we will be talking to him about his story, motivate you guys out there that, that need some inspiration, because this guy, he has a lot of knowledge about bodybuilding. Actually, Shelly, you know him.
Yeah.
You introduced us to him. And how did you meet him again?
So a friend of mine on Body Space had a picture up with a Boss hoodie on. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. So she sent me to Chad. So I got my first hoodie. And then we kind of got to be friends. And since then I've bought another hoodie, a pair of capris, a tank top, and I'm on my way to another hoodie. That's like my uniform.
Yeah. I looked over some of the boss wear and clothing, fitness clothing. I actually know somebody else that's sponsored by them too.
Oh yeah.
Or that sponsored Melissa. She's a writer and a fitness model for Hardcore Physique, where me and Kim was on, and that's the first time I was introduced to that company.
Okay.
I didn't know what it was, but it's new, and the shirts look pretty good. Some I wear in the gym back here, while I'm training. Yep. I can see me wearing that.
The quality is really nice. I was impressed.
Yeah, I believe so. She got on my other show, and she promote the Boss Wear, and she had other companies promote her too, but she was highly talking about Boss, and that was her newest and latest clothing sponsor.
Okay.
But if you guys out there that are listening, I'm a trainer, fitness writer. I basically do it all. I got a show here, Committed to Greatness, every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific time, West Coast time, 7 p.m. East Coast time.
Yep.
Our show basically comprises of people around the world, basically around the country, that's into fitness. It's basically a motivational podcast show. Get people on, ask some questions, talk about fitness, talk about overcoming struggles. It's everything that can inspire somebody. That was my whole vision to the show. But it looks like
we got somebody here.
Got somebody on there.
How you doing?
Hey.
All right. How's it going, Chad?
I'm great. How are you?
All right. I see you, man. You're looking pretty spiritual there. New York. Well, I just gave a brief overview about yourself. I didn't go in too deep or too much about you, but I was wondering if you could give us a little bit overview of how you got started in the weight training and basically when did you get started?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me on the show. Hopefully I can have a great show for you guys, and I really appreciate you taking the time to put me on here. So to answer your question, I got into working out right near the end when I was in high school. I'm 6'5", so I'm pretty tall. And at that time I was fairly skinny, about 180 pounds. And I was looking to get a basketball scholarship to play in university. But the coaches always told me that I had to gain weight. I had to gain some size. So that's when I started taking up weight training. When I started lifting weights, and I started to learn a little bit about nutrition and stuff like that. So that's where the idea came from.
Okay. Another question I have for you. I see, I was on your Facebook, and I seen, like you're a very positive person. And I know we talked about that yesterday, just how, being positive, can help you in everyday life. What's your driving force to stay positive and to motivate people and to show people that they can really overcome struggles? Like, what's your motivation to stay positive?
That's a good question. I just think from growing up and, seeing a lot of people, how they handle situations in life, whether it's fitness related or bodybuilding, or the way they handle their job, or the way they go to school, or the way they handle a family. It can either make you or break you. It really all depends on how you look at the situation. So for me, I try to find the good in everything. There's always a positive somewhere. I don't know if you can see the wall behind me here. I'll kind of pan my camera. But I have these little sticky notes everywhere.
Yeah. Wow.
So what's on these sticky notes is every time I get some type of motivational or inspirational idea, or something that I want to do to maybe help somebody, or in turn help myself, I write it down on a sticky note and I put it on the wall, and I focus on it every day until that has become a reality. So that's really helped me as well.
Very
I
cool.
understand.
That's awesome.
Hey, how's it going, Kim?
I'm great. How's everybody? Hi, Chad.
Hi.
Hey, Shelly.
Pretty well.
Hey.
Speaking of, I know you're from Canada.
That's right.
Okay. Question, because I've never been to Canada. As far as I've been to Canada is Seattle, and I was supposed to go. I have my passport, but how do you compare the fitness in Canada to the United States? Is it similar? Is it is it different, or is it the same?
Well, in terms of like our national obesity level is probably at about 30%. So it's fairly high. We have taken steps, I know, in the last decade or so to learn more about nutrition, so we could, not be so overweight and maybe live a healthier lifestyle. In terms of fitness, and people competing and people in bodybuilding, the bikini, the figure, the fitness, that's really popular here. Bodybuilding is not so much popular.
Okay, so you're basically a pioneer in the area there.
Right.
I understand. Well, that's pretty interesting, because I was thinking about when I think about Canada, I think about hockey, or baseball right off the bat, and then it's like, okay, fitness, and then now I meet you, so I think I just wanted to kind of see where it stands at there in Canada as far as fitness.
Yeah, hockey's crazy up here. It's really big. We like football too. We like American football. We have our own football league, the CFL. So football is really big up here as well.
Okay. All right. So no outdoor training there in the wintertime, I guess.
Well, it all depends on what sport you're in. If you're into bobsled or, something where you can handle the outdoor coldness, then yeah, that's for you. But for me, no, I train inside.
I'm in Wisconsin. I don't like the cold weather either.
Yeah, no, too cold for me.
Yeah, maybe some skiing once in a while, but yeah.
Right.
So are the gym memberships, are they pretty common in Canada? And what are kind of rates go in Canada?
Yeah, it seems like everybody that I know has a gym membership, or a lot of people, they go somewhat on a regular basis. A typical membership probably runs you $40 to $50. That's just for a basic membership per month. And then, you'd have the higher end clubs, that offer all the supreme services for somewhere between $80 to $100 a month.
Okay. And is personal training pretty popular?
Yeah, it is. Not a lot of people here. Well, it seems that I noticed. They feel more comfortable with a personal trainer. At least for the little bit, so they can learn and get a grasp of the exercises and what exactly to do in there. A lot of people are lost when they join the gym.
Exactly. Cool. So, you actually started your fitness probably pretty young, right? When did you first start lifting?
Yeah, I started training when I was about 16 or 17. I'm 36 now, so I've been working out 20 years. It's been my life for 20 years. Really hardcore, probably the last 15 years.
Okay.
So it's been a big staple in my life.
Yeah, you said you were a basketball player and you're kind of a little bit on the smaller side.
Right. So what happened is, to go back to that story, I did gain a little size and I did get a scholarship, but I loved working out so much. I actually got too big to play basketball, believe it or not. I was too heavy to run. I went from 180 to 250, 260 pounds. And that's just too big to run up and down the court.
So how long did it take you to gain that size?
You know what? I probably gained that over 3 years. So probably about 20, 25 pounds a year.
Okay.
Wow.
So were you in college then playing basketball before you decided that wasn't for you?
Yeah, my third year in college, I went to school for 4 years. My third year, I said, I don't even know if I can play a fourth year. I'm just getting too big and too heavy. Plus my passion for working out and bodybuilding and fitness was overcoming my passion for basketball. So that was a big key factor as well.
Yeah. And have you done any competitions?
Yeah, you know what? I've competed in some regional shows. I did some junior shows. So when I say junior, I mean, if you're 21 and under. So yeah, I have competed. But for me, it's not so much about competing. It's so much about living the lifestyle.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people that compete and they actually hate competing. Believe it or not, there's no enjoyment in it, really.
Yeah.
So for me, I kind of get the best of both worlds. I live the lifestyle. I get to eat clean. I get to train whenever I want.
Do it for you.
So I'm really happy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, question: you just said you was talking about eating clean. What are you eating now? What's your diet routine right now?
So basically, the way I run my diet now, for the longest time, I had carbs, protein, and hardly any fat. I was afraid to eat fat. I was afraid that if I eat fat, I'll get fat, which is a ridiculous concept. So what happened is, over time, is I actually educated myself and I switched from the carbs and protein to protein and fats. That's about 90% of my diet now when it comes to meals. The only time I eat carbs is before I train and after I train.
Did you get any kind of coaching, or did you kind of do all this education on your own?
Yeah, with social media nowadays, when I was younger, there was no social media. So you just kind of had to learn stuff through books and through word of mouth. But with social media now, you can go on the internet and you can learn everything on the internet. If you really want to educate yourself. So, with talking to some top bodybuilders and people in the fitness industry, as well as educating myself, that's kind of what I realized. That's what works best for my body.
And are you mixing up your nutrition often?
You know what? I've been on this diet now for about 10 weeks. I'm probably going to do it for about another 6 weeks. And then I'm going to switch to I'm going to replace some of my fats with a lot of vegetables. You always want to cycle your food. You never want to eat the same thing all the time. Your body will adjust to it eventually. So that's what I'm going to do.
Very nice. And then
you definitely can plateau.
Yeah. Do you take any supplementations along with your nutrition?
I do. I take a lot of multivitamins, multiminerals. I take protein powder. I take a weight gainer for when after I train, and I take some amino acids as well.
Okay.
And how important has bodybuilding.com been to your growth in bodybuilding? How important has that site been to you?
Yeah, it's been tremendous. When I started that site, I actually had friends laugh at me when I started that social media page. They laughed at me,
Yeah.
and they thought, you're not going to get anybody to follow you on there. Nobody's going to look at your page. And, this was about 2 years ago. And here I am 2 years later. I've been featured in 6 articles on bodybuilding.com. I think I'm close to 13,000 friends or followers on there. So it's been really huge. Plus, I met a lot of cool people along the way.
Yeah. That for me, it has helped me meet you guys. Everybody on the line right now.
Yeah.
So, me and Kim currently are bodybuilding affiliates, so we do promote bodybuilding supplements and stuff. So, that's why we ask people a lot out there. Are they taking a supplement? We will, refer them to supplements. So we're still trying to figure out a way to push the supplements as far as independent training.
Right.
And things like that. But another question: how many days out of the week are you training right now?
I train 5 days a week. My typical routine is Monday to Thursday. I'll take Friday off for a rest. I'll train Saturday. I usually train my legs on Saturday. And then Sunday I take off. But Sunday I don't take it off completely. I'll go to yoga actually. And I find yoga has helped me tremendously in terms of stretching and actually helping my body recover and actually get bigger.
Are you doing hot yoga or anything specific?
Right, hot yoga. That's actually the only yoga I know. I'd actually like to go to another yoga class, but the place I go to at that time, it's just hot yoga. It's pretty intense. It's a great workout.
Yeah.
You see, we're smiling over here. Shirley and Kim, we all smiling because we can see you like big muscular guy.
Yeah.
Yoga.
It's funny. I get a lot of looks when I'm in there, but hey, I don't care. I'm there for me, right? So.
Yeah, and actually, there's a big misconception about stretching and bigger guys or bigger people with muscles in general. You actually are more flexible with muscles if you promote your flexibility.
You're absolutely right. For the longest time, I actually thought, as caveman thinking as it is, I thought if I stretch, I'm not going to grow. Right. I thought the muscles are going to be too loose and they're not going to grow, but it's the exact opposite. In order for your muscles to grow, they can't be tight. They have to be loose. Right.
Too many people walking around very tight.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, gotta stretch in between those sets or whatever. But
right.
Yeah, guys, we're guilty of not stretching and not doing anything like that, even rest, because like I got in the whole routine, like I'm going to train 7 days a week, and I wasn't taking any rest, but I found out taking a week rest, I come back even stronger. That week doing the rest, I stretch, and I come back the next week even stronger on all my lifts.
That's right. So, a lot of people, they learn over time. You actually grow when you're not in the gym, and for the longest time, I thought the opposite was true. I thought I had to work out 6 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's the only way. But really, when I started taking time off, that's really when I started to grow.
Yep. More is not better.
Yeah. Taking a rest. So is there anything? Oh, go ahead, Kim.
You can go. I was just going to ask about your training as far as like how often you're switching it up, and do you follow anything specific, or are you mixing things up every day you come in?
Right. So that's a great question, actually. I try to change up my routine every 6 weeks. Right now, I'm doing a lot of 4-second negatives. So on each rep, I'm going down 4 seconds each rep. So it creates a lot of time under tension.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that creates a lot of muscle soreness. Yeah. So after the 6 weeks, I'll switch it up, and maybe I'll do a 4-second positive, or higher reps, or heavier weights, less reps.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
Yeah.
And are you training each muscle group once a week, twice a week?
Yeah, it all depends. Usually I go to the gym and just see how I feel. I always have an idea of what I'm going to train. But, if I feel like I want to throw some extra arm work in there, or train my calves some extra, or maybe do some lower back, I'll do it. I think the smartest thing anybody can do is listen to their body when they train.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chad, how important is mental motivation when you hit the gym?
It's pretty big. You know, I've seen a lot of people personally. I've had a lot of friends that have trained with me who have come and gone, mostly because they couldn't stand. You know, what it takes to constantly go to the gym, the muscle soreness, you know, what you need to do to push yourself to the next level. But for me, I don't know what exactly it is. I've never had a problem with that.
Yeah, I see that with a lot of people, you know, in the gym I train in, and you see people come for a week, and then the next week they only show up 1 or 2 days out of the week, and then the next week you might not see them, but it might come, you know.
Right.
So it's definitely a thing that, you know, being motivated, come in here and do it over and over, and everybody wants this type of body or this physique, which I said, but they're not willing to put in the time, the work. You know, it's all kind of like, oh, you know, I want this, but you got to put in the work. So I like bringing people like you on, you know, telling your story and your background and how many years you had to put in to achieve your goal.
You know, I tell people all the time, like in anything you do in your life, what you put in, you'll get back. If you put in hard work on a consistent basis, going to the gym, being in a relationship, working at a job, whatever it is, it'll come back to you. You just kind of have to weather the storm, and you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. But consistency is the key. You have to be consistent.
Yeah, and I do believe that, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So the notes behind you, can you pick one of the notes up and give us one of your better notes?
Sure.
To be on CTG.
It says buy chicken.
I got this one right here. This one says, follow your passion and success will follow you. And I firmly believe that. So it doesn't matter if you're into gardening, spending time with your family, working on engines, going to the gym, whatever. If you're passionate about something, you do it. Do it every day if you can, because it'll bring you happiness. And in turn, you'll feel better about yourself, and you'll want to do more things with your life.
Wow. That's a good one.
Where do you find all your positive attitude and your motivation from? Do you look up to somebody, or it's just something inside?
You know, it's a mixed effort. You know, I look up to some of my friends and people that I know. Obviously, social media is pretty big. I don't really follow anybody exclusively, but I'll check out pages every now and then just to see what they say or to see what they believe in. Mostly, though, it's just a drive that comes from within. You know, for the longest time, I've always wanted to better myself, whether that's in the gym or as a person, with the relationships I have with people at my job, you name it. We can always do better, and that's kind of what drives me every day.
Very good.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, Shelly, you have anything for Chad? I know you got something.
I'm like a wreck today. My babysitter's texting me and people are calling in and I'm like, what's going on? There's like 2 or 3 people calling in and I'm trying to make sure that they're connected and I'm all distracted. Nice. I'm sorry.
He's handling business over there.
That's right. Yeah. People are curious.
Right.
So Chad, any supplements right now you would promote, or anything that you're taking, like would you suggest, you know, for people to take as far as like protein, pre-workouts, multivitamins?
Well, for, you know, off the top of my head, the top three or four supplements I would recommend to anybody, whether you're into fitness or just going a couple times a week, or if you're, you know, going 5-6 days a week. I think for sure you need a protein powder. For sure you need a multivitamin. For sure you would need some type of greens supplement. So when I say greens, I mean like Greens Plus or Cyto Greens or something like that, so you can make sure you're getting all your greens and fiber, and as well as some amino acids to take at bedtime and while you train.
Yeah, and that greens is I was reading an article like a day ago talking about, you know, having things like kale and spinach. Most people don't have that in their everyday. This article was talking about how you need to have that in your diet at least once or twice a day. you know, but you have some people don't eat it at all. And I went to the store yesterday and bought some kale. And I ate some this morning, just raw. You know, I didn't even cook it. I just ate it straight out of the container. You know, so
We fight over kale chips in my house. I
Really?
have 2 trays, and my son will clear them.
yeah.
The race is on. As soon as I open the oven, the race is on.
A simple trick that not a lot of people know about is if you're having kale or spinach, just throw it in a blender, throw a little bit of fruit in there, or a little bit of protein powder with water. It blends right up and you don't even taste it.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I do. I don't taste it.
Yeah, it's not the best tasting, but
No.
like this morning when I was eating it, I was like, you know what, this is healthy. This is healthy. This is healthy. I don't even think about the taste.
Shelly, I don't see people fighting over kale chips. I'm sorry.
The dog gets the stems. It will stand there and beg for the stems. My son and I eat every chip off the tray. There are no crumbs left.
Funny. What is your opinion on creatine? And for a lot of guys, especially, want to get big and they think they have to take some creatine. What's your opinion on that?
You know, I tried it when I was younger. It does work. A lot of it is just water weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're looking to put on some size, that, you know, I call it bloat weight. If you're looking to just put on some weight, it'll work for you. A thing a lot of people have to remember is I have some people say to me, creatine doesn't work for me. And usually why that is because they already eat a lot of red meat in their diet. So if you're eating a lot of red meat already, it's not going to work for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Because red meat has creatine in it.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, I learned that. And I have heard a lot of people said that it don't work or it get them fat. And like you just said, it's definitely water weight that you're retaining. And that's muscle, basically. You know, that's why I'm like, drink up. You know, I tell people out here in Vegas, it's so freaking hot. You want to gain muscle, the first step is water. And
Sure.
that's all I really could tell them, because like if they don't drink enough water, how are you going to expect to gain muscle? Or how are you going to do something, you know, in the gym if you're not drinking water? Whether it's weight gain or weight loss, it takes water, you know, hydrating yourself.
Absolutely.
So
Are you drinking, how much water are you drinking a day?
Myself, I probably drink about minimum 2 gallons. If it's really hot, I'll drink maybe 2.5.
Okay.
So that's probably 10 liters.
Yeah. Taking your jug with you every day?
Take my jug everywhere I go. Yeah.
Yeah, for your size, I'm thinking you have to drink a lot of water, right? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and I find I have more energy when I drink water. You know, it flushes everything, keeps everything moving, it keeps your blood from, you know, coagulating and getting so thick. It keeps all the food moving in your stomach. So it's definitely, I recommend, definitely make sure you drink a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even on your cheat days, like I did yesterday, I had 3 slices of pizza,
Yes.
2 big oatmeal cookies, and about a gallon of water before the night was out.
Which is what I was going to ask you, Chad. Do you do a cheat meal?
Yeah, you know what I do? I tend not to call them cheat meals. I call them refeed meals. And basically why, you know, yeah, fancy term, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Basically, why I do that is because, you know, I'm kind of carb deprived. You know, I only have carbs before I train and after I train. So on the days I don't train, I make sure and I have one big carb, you know, a healthy cheat meal. So, you know, for instance, I'll go for sushi, or I'll go have a, you know, a big steak with some baked potatoes and some rice. So for me, and people say cheat meal all the time, like you have to go and gorge yourself with pizza and cheesecake. You don't, that's not the way, trust me.
CJ?
Hey, but listen,
Him.
listen at this now. Listen at this. A trainer told me you can gain muscle off eating pizza. And one of my clients asked me, you know, they were around and they was like, so CJ, you really can gain muscle by eating pizza? I said, all right, well, you try to eat pizza and see how much muscle you're going to gain. Try to eat pizza every other day and see what's going to happen. It's like, well, the trainer said it. And I'm just like, well, okay, that's the trainer that's been training for 15, 20 years saying that to you. He's saying that to, you know, I guess because he think it works for him, but it's not everything that works for him not going to work for you. And I try to let my client understand that. Yeah.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No way you're going to eat pizza every day and the muscle's going to pop up like that. Like, no, It ain't happening, Captain.
I was allowing one cheat a week for a while with pizza, and I'll tell you what, I was so bloated and retaining so much water and sodium for about a good week. So every week, it's like you finally get back under control, and then you go have a cheat pizza again. And the whole cycle goes on again. So it's not good for me. So
basically, I think what people need to remember is the reason for a quote unquote cheat meal is to shock your thyroid, right? And so to shock your thyroid, you don't need to eat pizza, cheesecake, greasy burgers. You just need to make sure you're getting in some excess calories, whether that's from rice or some baked potato, some sushi, something healthier that your body can digest and absorb.
Yeah, I think we say the word cheat and we think automatically yummy stuff. And
Right.
we don't have to look at food so boring, though. And we can make, rice and stuff taste pretty good, too. But it's just a matter of getting ourselves readjusted
Right.
mentally.
Yeah. For a week after eating brown rice and chicken breast, like I do, I'm just plain Jane all week.
Yeah.
Pizza is way off the menu for me. And I'm like, okay, this is going to do something to me because I've been eating 6 days straight. Low sodium, chicken breast, no salt on my rice, no broccoli or kale for every meal. So, I believe in what Chad is saying about making the meal actually tasty because it can get boring. And then you'll run off and do a greasy cheeseburger or, I don't eat cheeseburgers anyway, but a greasy pizza or something like that. The fries, ice cream, cookies, all that stuff.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It can be tough. So, Chad, if anything that you want to promote or say before you leave the show today?
I want to thanks for the opportunity for having me on here. If you ever feel like having me on again, by all means, I'd love to be on your show. I want to give a shout out to my clothing sponsor, Boss Apparel. I don't know if you can see, I'm wearing a hoodie of theirs right now.
Nice.
Okay. Nice.
They've been with me for about a year and awesome support. So a shout out to them, as well as just a shout out to everybody at Gold's Gym in Calgary, who makes my training a lot of fun there. So,
where can a person find the Boss clothing?
Hey, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. You can always message me on my Facebook page, Chad Jacked and Stacked Coles. Also, if you're on bodybuilding.com, feel free to send me a message under Jacked and Stacked, as well as I have some photos on Instagram under Jacked and Stacked 1.
Awesome.
We have
One more
all of
question.
those posted on our Facebook Committed to Greatness page.
That's right.
Yeah. So is the New York fitted there, or is the Yankees your team?
Yeah, you know what? I'm an East Coast guy, so Yankees for sure,
All right.
I'm a little disappointed LeBron left Miami, but that's all right. So
Back where he belonged at, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm from Florida, so people got mad. A lot of people was mad about him leaving and doing what he did. But hey, you got to move on.
It's all business, right? So.
Yeah, you're right. Well, it was nice having you on the show today, Chad, and we will, invite you back whenever you want to come on and promote something and talk about training. Learned a lot today, so we'll see you when we see you.
Okay, great. Thanks for having me on, CJ.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Kim,
Yes, hello.
training today. How's everything going over there?
Training is going good. I'm working with my girl that just came back from having a baby, and we got her back underneath the squat rack again the last couple weeks. So she's doing good. We're breaking her in slow, but she's already seeing some progress, and her push-ups, of course, are increasing, which is huge for us because we have to work on her military test as well. So she's doing great. Plus, I picked up another home client, mom-daughter, somebody I went to school with years ago, and I'm going to start working with her 14-year-old daughter, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to
That's
teach
super
them.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So tomorrow is my consultation, which of course I focus on the nutrition first. So I'm teach them how to eat, because at the age of 14, this is such an inspirational, or, a age that, she can take this knowledge and run with it. And, we can only supply that knowledge, which is what I kind of told her mom. But of course, she's going to be there too. And so that's going to make it a little bit easier. But if she takes what I'm teaching her, she could do that for the rest of her life and really make some good progress. So I'm really excited. So, yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
A friend of mine came to me. She is trying to lose some weight, trying to start eating healthy. And I was saying, you can Google this, you can Google that. For somebody who is just starting, who doesn't know anything, it's so overwhelming. Are there places that you would send people to start? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, are they belonging to a gym or not?
No.
Yeah. I mean, of course, they can research a lot of stuff on the internet and hopefully get motivated. But,
Right.
there's a lot of home trainers besides gym trainers. So if she could find somebody like that, perhaps,
Right.
would be helpful, and also maybe make them feel more secure and comfortable, more confident, so they're not in that big atmosphere of a gym.
I've been, kind of working with her, but I want her to have more than, just what I know.
Right.
And she's like, well, I can search this, but there are 80,000 things.
Oh, yeah.
I type in clean eating, So.
Yeah. And it's okay to read all that stuff, because hopefully it sparks some interest, and there's some good stuff out there too. But you kind of get confused too.
Right.
You're reading all this information out there. It's like, which way do I go? Which one do I believe? So if you can just kind of find one good trainer or one good spot to find resources and kind of just stay consistent, that's really the key. Mm-hmm. So instead of, mixing it up week to week because this isn't working, and you only gave it a week, and nothing, as we know, works in 1 week.
21 days to make a habit.
Yeah, 21 days makes a habit, which is something I tell everybody my first session. So, we can't expect miracles overnight, but we can definitely make some great progress in a shorter period of time than people realize.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, when a person gets started and they get discouraged, they're quitting right at the time when they're about to see results. So if they would have waited just a little bit longer and just kind of kept pushing through, they would have, started to see some good stuff happen. Mm-hmm. And probably other people would have started noticing. Mm-hmm. So we just got to, do our time, I guess, and be consistent and not expect miracles. Because if there was miracles, we would all have an awesome body in a bottle, right?
Right.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I would suggest, Kim, you're right, definitely, because we're both trainers, all of us trainers. So yeah, that's the first thing I would suggest. Find a trainer, somebody she can connect with. I just wrote an article the other day on Examiner.com about 5 different things that you would want to see in a personal trainer, or how to pick a personal trainer. So you probably want to connect with the person first, see if you have a connection there, there's a motivation there. But besides a trainer, I would say probably, reading different, like the internet, you could read all these different articles about, training, how to lose weight. Mm-hmm. And it's just so much information out there that you could get lost.
Right.
So that's why the trainer come up, and it's like, okay, let's just focus on first thing first. Mm-hmm. But definitely clean eating and nutrition will be the first thing that you will want to do. And there's a lot of trainers out there that don't know a lot about nutrition. Some do. So you want to kind of find that median, a person that kind of knows, that eats healthy, that knows, because there's so many trainers out there that don't really know how to eat the correct things. Like I was saying earlier, pizza, but you don't have to go out and spend tons of money on a nutritionist unless you have the extra money. You can find a trainer that actually knows, something about nutrition, because I'm not going to beat around the bush and tell you, okay, just go get the trainer and work out, and that's how you're going to lose weight. Yeah, it don't work like that.
No, and actually, yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, that's actually exactly what I told my this person I was talking to on the phone today. I said, because she had mentioned about hiring a nutritionist for her daughter. And I said, you do not need to hire a nutritionist. I said, if you guys follow what I give you and in the recommendations, you're going to be able to see those same results. Plus, of course, then they're getting the exercise too. So if you can find a quality trainer that has a little bit of a background with nutrition, we don't have to be a nutritionist to help you. We, of course, will send you to a specialist if we feel like you need something a little bit more special, but we can help you reach those goals with our guidelines as well.
Yes.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah. You hired a nutritionist?
No, I worked with a trainer who could help me because being vegetarian, there is nothing, like as much information as there is nothing for vegetarians.
Yeah, it's a little different, isn't it?
So trying to figure out like proteins and creatines and stuff when you're not getting it from your diet is kind of tricky.
So what are you doing for protein sources?
So I eat like a ton of eggs.
Okay.
Like 3 times a day.
Full vegetarian.
Yeah, I do dairy and eggs. So, but I kind of had to do that because
for the protein.
Where else was it going to come from? So that's my compromise.
Okay. That's fair.
So I eat eggs like 3 times a day, and then I do supplement protein for my 2 snacks. So yeah,
I could live on eggs. I love eggs.
Oh my gosh, I do too.
And
any kind of
question
egg.
about the protein. What kind of protein you're taking?
I use because it's a mixed source protein. So it's got whey and creatine and soy and everything in there. Since I don't get like a mixture of proteins in my diet, I want it in my supplement.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out what protein I want to take. I'm going to order. Well, later today, I'm going to order some supplements and bodybuilding.
I just had a conversation with somebody. I did not know that whey protein spikes your blood sugar.
It's some truth into that. Yeah.
I had no idea.
I think it depends on the kind of. I think it also depends on the sugar content in it.
Okay. And I was checking labels too. I was kind of shopping around. A lot of them that are yummy have a lot of cholesterol.
Yes. I think I was just talking to one of my clients that want a carb cycle that's trying to carb deplete. I think it's the best time to take whey protein, and you could take it, but just try not to eat so much other things that are sweet. You know, like if you like sweet stuff, substitute the sweet stuff for protein shakes. You see what I'm saying? Because it can do that to your insulin levels. It can send it up. Most people, when they carb deplete, it's good to after you do your light workout, after your workout as a post-workout, have your protein shake, and then it sends your insulin level back up, really quick. And that's what a lot of the protein shakes do. So you have to be careful with how much added sugar and other stuff you put inside, because most of the protein shakes are already, filled with cholesterol, sugar, but that's what makes it taste good.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to be real careful and just read the labels. I always say that. Go in the store, read the labels, protein, sugar, cholesterol. Turn it around and read it and see how much you get. And even when you do your milk, or if you lactose, your almond milk, try to stay and that's probably the main reason that it will spike you, because there's too much sugar, added sugar, and the stuff you put inside it.
Okay.
Yeah, bodybuilding got a protein powder from the Platinum series, and it's so good. All you got to do is add water to it. And
That's
I was like, this is so good. I don't know.
All I do is add water.
Yeah, that I'm like, why is this tasting so good? What is going on here? Because you add milk or whatever, soy milk, almond milk, is excellent. So it's like, okay, it must already got enough stuff in it to make it taste as good. So as we know, a lot of stuff that tastes too good might not be that healthy for you. But it was very clean protein I took, and I didn't have to add nothing. Like you said, just water.
Yeah, and I
So
think a lot of times when people take protein drinks, they're always adding something besides water because they think automatically that protein tastes horrible.
Right.
How many times people tell me, oh, I'm not going to drink that. That doesn't taste very good. But if you get a good quality protein, it will taste good. And also, like, then that person might be adding juices or fruit and milk. And guess what? You just made a real simple recovery drink or whatever into a very high calorie drink. So if your goals are not to gain weight, you might be going the wrong direction. So just because it seems like it's healthy, because it has fruit or milk or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy drink.
Yeah.
Not
hey, Kim, we're bulking.
What
We're
we're
bulking. That's why we put all the stuff.
I
Put
wish I
milk,
was
2
bulking.
scoops of peanut butter.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm my fat increased this week, which is awesome. I get a couple tablespoons of peanut butter at nighttime. It's great.
Woo-hoo!
I love peanut butter. We talked about that
I
yesterday.
can't do the peanut butter.
You just
I can do the
have to in
peanuts. I can do roasted
moderation.
peanuts.
You can't have the whole jar.
Yeah. Well,
I
see,
do the
that was the
roasted peanut.
problem. You know what's interesting about that is that I did stop getting peanut butter and eating it for a while because I felt like I would eat the whole jar. But so I kind of automatically assumed that peanut butter was no good for me because I was gaining weight, but probably because I was just having too much, right?
Right.
So now,
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
yeah. But now that I'm
Portion
working with somebody,
control.
yeah, control. And that is huge. But also then I started thinking, well, what is a serving for me? So now that I have a coach that I'm working with, he can give me the exact ratios of peanut butter, for example. So when I'm eating my 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, I don't feel guilty at all. I feel great. And I know that I'm not doing myself any harm. So, you know, I just follow in the directions and hoping for good results. But, you know, we can, stuff like that's real easily, you know, take a spoon and keep going with it. So you do have to learn some kind of self-control and also just learning what macros are good for you, which is something that I'm working on.
So how about each week we come up with 1 fat, 1 fruit, and 1 protein of the week? I know that sounds kind of.
You want a meal or what are we looking for?
No, so we come up with one fat, healthy fat,
Okay.
which is peanut butter, since we're talking about it today. 1 carb, could be a vegetable or a fruit, and 1 protein that is healthy. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
once a week.
That's
This
great.
is peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah,
Peanut butter and almond butter. Super good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can get, you know, we talked about that yesterday. You can get that same good fats from the peanuts themselves. So if you'd rather peel your peanuts.
If that's how you control your portion.
It is, okay.
It makes you feel like you're doing more.
Listen. Well, we talked about this yesterday. It's studies. Listen, the studies out here talking about, you know, when we eat food, we're not mindful of how much food we take in because we eat it so fast.
Right.
So say you got a whole jar of peanut butter and you got a bag of peanuts. Now, you can eat a couple scoops of peanut butter and not be
aware,
filled, or you're not, aware of it in the bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
It takes a while. So after you eat about 10 peanuts, you're like, all right, I'm feeling a little satisfied. It's taking time to peel it, peel the shell, then put it in your mouth, eat it. You got to do it again. So it's taking time to digest the food.
Yeah, it takes 15 minutes for it to feel satisfied. So that's a good point. But I think
a friend of mine told me that someone taught her to set down your fork between every bite.
No way.
You slow down and think about your food. Like you eat your bite, you chew it up, you digest it, you take.
Yeah, you're supposed to take.
Yes, you just cannot gorge on the food all the time. You can't just be like.
But I also think that's why having a plan and having your portion sizes already in place of you, instead of having all the food set out on a table and keep grabbing more and more and more, you have it all on your plate and that's it. Once that plate's done, you're done.
Right.
So, if you can control yourself that way, for myself personally, I cook all my meals on a Thursday night, and I have them ready for the whole entire week.
Yep.
I have maybe my vegetables, my starch or my fiber. I have my protein in there, and I just grab those meals based on whatever day it is and what I'm supposed to be eating. And that's convenient for so many different ways. And I know you do that same thing, Shelly.
Yeah. If it's more convenient for me to eat right than to fix something to eat bad, then I'll just stay with it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it seems like it takes a long time. And that's where people kind of say, I'm not going to do all that. That's a lot of work. But
the rest of the week, it's grab it and go.
Yeah. So you're putting in 2-3 hours maybe of cooking, getting all your yummy meals put together, but they're done. The whole rest of the week, you don't have to think about it. How huge is that? You just grab and go. So you do that, you're going to win.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the people out there that, sometimes they don't, say they don't have time to prepare and they're on the go.
Yeah.
Definitely preparing it is you're preparing yourself for success and
absolutely
weight loss, basically. But if you're not able to do that, definitely take your time eating your food. That definitely will keep you from overeating.
But I
do that instead of pushing it down.
I think like if you are saying you don't have time, the problem is then when it's mealtime, you're going to grab something that's not so healthy, or maybe just not even having good portions or good food choices. You're maybe intaking extra because you're grabbing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've done that before. It's like I'm hungry.
The grazing diet.
Yeah. I'm hungry and I want to eat now, so I'm going to grab a few spoons of cottage cheese. Then I'm going to
eat this while I cook this, and I'm going to,
Before you know it, you've had like half a day your calories.
Yeah.
all within.
While you're cooking the meal you're supposed to eat.
Before 15 minutes where you're going to feel satisfied. So then it took you 15 minutes to prep your meal while you're eating everything. Now you're going to be super full at the end of your meal, and you're going to feel uncomfortable and miserable because you overate.
Yep.
So my point is that the better prepared you can be, the better you are for success.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Well, it was a good show today. Having Chad on. Well, over the last 2 shows, we had 2 Chads. So
yeah.
Great name. It's a powerful name.
Are we going for 3? Do we have a Chad next week?
No,
See what we can do.
Start searching Chads.
I got to search one. Y'all searched them. Now I got to search out one.
Yep. You're next. And then I'd like to get Ruben from Fit to Be in Your Kitchen in here sometime.
That would be wonderful.
He would educate us a lot on nutrition, and he already said he'd do it. So he's
that would
a
be
wonderful person to have on here.
Okay.
So many people would benefit from that because we just don't have education on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of, figure it out.
And sometimes we think we're educated, and we are partially, of course, but we don't always have all the answers. And, just myself included, that's why, of course, I found him. I sought him out, because I needed more education.
Yep.
Yeah. We're not gurus, but we can use some gurus on here to educate us. And, as I write articles and read and study, we always can learn something new from other people. So that's only going to help out the team and what we know so we can share it with people. And for them to come back on and watch the podcast and be in tune, follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and everything else in our independent pages.
Yep.
We will have these people on here to educate us as well as you guys out there watching. So, but next
people
week.
Don't know, all of the people that we're talking to, all of the recordings, they're all on our Facebook page. Mm-hmm. If you search Committed to Greatness, you'll come up with our page, and our guests are there, their pages are there. It's all right there.
And we also have a YouTube.
Yes.
Now,
which is Committed to Greatness. To greatness is one word.
So, hopefully soon I'll be working on T-shirts and
bracelets.
Yes.
Bracelets and the whole 9. Out here in Vegas, I'm planning on, getting a whole team behind me here of gym rats that want to wear the shirts. So then all y'all Y'all
Take
can
it
stay
over,
close.
baby.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Ohio, and Vegas, baby.
That's right.
We can get very fitness oriented places, and we can get people to support us, and maybe we get some other people on and have some suggestions out there of people that you think can come on. Hit us up on Facebook or YouTube. But any ladies got anything left for today?
Well, I think a great show. So.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you can follow me on my website, which is improveyoufitness.com. You can go to our Facebook page, which is Committed to Greatness. YouTube. We have an Instagram now, right? Or Twitter, Shelly?
I think I set up Twitter. I messed up.
Did you do Instagram?
Twitter page. We don't have the Instagram yet, but we have Facebook.
I'm working on it.
Facebook.
I'm working on it.
Follow us
We're
on
out
Facebook. Somewhere out there. Well, until next week, we'll be back. Same time, same place. I'm from Las Vegas. Charlie, where you at?
I'm in Cincinnati.
And Kim.
Wisconsin.
All right. And until next time.
Happy training.
Peace.